Hello my rad friends and welcome back to another video. Today's video I want to talk about my fashion and beauty guilty pleasures, or I guess you could say shameful secrets. I don't know. It's things that I'm embarrassed to admit that have to do with like fashion and beauty. So if you want to hear these things that I can't believe I'm going to admit on the internet, stick around for the video. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. My first kind of guilty pleasure or embarrassing secret is that I bought the entire ColourPop Twilight collection, like the first one when it came out. And I don't know, I just feel silly about that. Like, I still associate Twilight with teenage girls, but like, let's face it, those teenage girls are grown up now, but still, I'm not what are they called? Twihard? I'm not a Twihard. I'm not a huge Twilight fan, but this collection just spoke to me. My favorite two eye makeup styles right now are a grungy eye or a blue eye, and the palette was a grungy blue palette, and it's so hard to find like cool icy blues that I was really excited to see it. And then I looked at the rest of the collection. I had been wanting to get into like body shimmers, and it came with a body shimmer. I love their Luxe lip oil. It's honestly the only formula of lip gloss or lip oil that I've actually enjoyed, and I've used up a couple of them, and I can't say that for any other lip oil or lip gloss. And it came with 3, and the blue and the black ones are kind of like vampy, and I had been looking for like a black lip oil or lip gloss, and I've been thinking about buying one from Isamaya, which is like $50, and I saw this and I was like, oh, it's perfect. Not only that, but the liquid eyeliner is my favorite style of liquid eyeliner, and MAC used to have one that I bought on repeat until it was discontinued. It's the type that's like a tiny little pot, and then you screw the brush into it. And then there were 2 cream highlighters, and I've been getting away from powder cheek products, and I didn't have any cream highlighters, and it came with 2. I was like, oh, this collection was made just for me. Plus, I live in the Pacific Northwest, and the imagery on the packaging is just beautiful Pacific Northwest trees. So it's perfect for me. It was weird the collection was made just for me, but I'm still so embarrassed that I own the entire Twilight ColourPop collection, and not even because I was going to review it online or whatever. I just bought it and I love it. Since we started with makeup, I'll just continue with makeup. For my second thing I'm embarrassed to admit, it's that I don't know how to put this. For some reason, whenever Natasha Denona comes out with something, I'm always like obsessed with looking to see if there's a color that will match me, which I don't know why. I think it's dumb. It's like the brand has shown time and time and time again that they do not make things that are cool toned enough for me. And yet I still, every time they come out with a new release, I'm like, oh, is there a color for me? Is there a color for me? Like, there's no other brand that I do that with. If a brand doesn't seem to make things that work for me, I just give up and I stop getting the emails. I stop checking for it. But for some reason with Natasha Denona, there's like this allure around the brand that I really want her stuff to work for me. So every time a new product comes out, I check. And I even sometimes buy it, even though I'm like 80% sure that the colors are not gonna be right for me. Which is why I own several Natasha Denona products. And it's stupid. The colors are not right for me. Even though I've decluttered so much stuff from her, I still buy more. And even though I knew based on reviews and swatches and seeing it in store that I knew it was going to be too warm, I convinced myself that it was going to be cool enough for me, just because I have this like, I don't know, mindset of the brand that it's like something really awesome that I want. And I should just save my money for a brand that has things that are more for my undertones. Like, there are plenty of brands out there like that. I don't know why I keep wanting to spend money at Natasha Denona. It's kind of stupid. I don't know why. I don't know, and I'm kind of embarrassed to admit it. The third guilty secret is how much, and this is like probably not a secret, but the third thing is how I'm embarrassed to admit that I like mystery boxes, advent calendars, like a subscription box where you don't know what you're gonna get. I'm always looking for new ones to buy, and then every single time I'm like getting all the way to putting them in a cart, and then at the last minute I'm like, this is stupid. Just go and buy things that you know you'll like. But the few times that I do actually go ahead and buy it, every single time it's full of stuff that I can't use. Like my ColourPop mystery box I bought last summer, and the one I had bought before that a couple years ago ago. That was the Halloween one. Every year I buy some sort of advent calendar at Christmas, and every year like a good portion of the products don't work for me, or my skin if it's got skincare in it, or my undertone if it's got makeup in it. It's nonsensical. I should just use that money to buy something that I know I like. But the thrill of the surprise and like also being lazy and not wanting to have to search and pick out stuff for myself has made me kind of obsessed with those boxes. And maybe it's because I just had a really good experience. The first year that I bought the Yes Style advent calendar, I loved all the makeup in it, and a lot of the skincare was really good too. Since then, I've never had that good of an experience with any sort of beauty advent calendar or mystery box. Although they're not like necessarily bad experiences, but I've never had that good of an experience. I'm still like chasing that high, or I don't know. It's just stupid. It's a waste of money. I should just buy the things I like. I think in general, the whole allure of mystery boxes or subscription boxes has really fallen off. They're not anywhere near as popular as they used to be, because I think everybody knows this. Like everybody knows it's a waste of money. Just buy the things you want. But I'm still obsessed. I still always want them, even if I don't buy them that much. My last beauty related shameful secret is that I own every color ever made of Holo Taco nail polish. I think it's like 150, 200 bottles of nail polish, and it's kind of embarrassing. And it would be less embarrassing maybe if I had started collecting from the beginning, but I didn't. I started collecting in 2021 and then went back and slowly bought every color in their inventory and got kind of obsessed with making sure I had every color, including buying some of the limited edition colors that were no longer available on eBay. And that is stupid. That is stupid. I don't know why. And now that I've caught up, you could say it's really, I just buy the new collection whenever it comes out, like every 2 or 3 months. And that's not as big of a deal. But for like a couple years, I was like having to go back and buy every single, like, oh, like this month I have an extra $100. So I'm going to go buy like 5 more polishes to chip away at collecting them all. It's embarrassing. No one needs this much nail polish. No one. I finally decided at the end of 2024 that I had enough. I filled my whole nail polish shelf, and I finally said that I have enough nail polish forever. Something about the allure of it just like really sucked me in. They really sell their products and market their products well, and it got me, and it's really embarrassing. It's thousands of dollars total I've spent on nail polish, and I'm ashamed. Now we're moving on to fashion, clothing related guilty pleasures / shameful secrets. The first one is something that I don't know is kind of controversial, or some people might think it's like not a big deal, but that is that I wear fur. I own 6 fur coats and a fur like neck wrap. None of them are new. They are all vintage. I inherited 3 of them. 2 I bought at like vintage malls, vintage like markets, and then 1 I got on eBay. I don't know. To me, it feels like throwing it away would be wasteful. I mean, an animal died for it, so why not use it? But it's something that I don't talk about. I don't know. I feel like it's like a bad, because so many people have polarizing opinions on it. But especially I have like a long black coat that I think is from the 50s. I think it's for 50s or older. And I'm pretty sure it's seal, which is terrible, but I don't know. I feel like throwing it away would be more terrible. I have in the past donated furs to animal shelters to be used for some types of wild animal rehabilitation. And I inherited or have found like even more jackets than I have currently. And especially ones that were like ripped up or old or not serviceable as a garment, I have donated to be used for that purpose. But I still own a bunch. I own a raccoon fur, which is not like the North American, it's a Scandinavian raccoon. It can be zipped into different lengths. I own a fox fur stole, a rabbit fur coat, a fox jacket that it's actually from my husband's family, and the black coat, and a Mongolian sheepskin jacket. Yeah, so I don't know. I feel kind of conflicted about it sometimes. I know that there's a couple different ways of thinking about it. One is that you're utilizing something that is vintage and you're getting the use out of it, that the animal already died, and wearing it doesn't hurt that. But then there is an argument that wearing them popularizes it and keeps it as like a fashion thing that people see and just keeps it in the zeitgeist as something that is cool to do. But I honestly, I don't think that anyone, like me wearing it, I don't think anyone I see is gonna be like, oh yeah, let me go spend 10 grand on a real fur coat. I think that if anything, people probably just in this day and age assume it's fake. But yeah, so they're really, really warm and they're beautiful. So I still wear them, and I will until they wear out, until they fall apart, because that happens eventually. The next one is something that you guys might roll your eyes at, but that is that after my baby was born, I went to Target and I bought $300 worth of new clothing. For me, that's embarrassing because I've talked about online about how I don't want to buy fast fashion anymore. And I've mentioned a lot of times that it's something I'm trying not to do. It's something that doesn't align with my beliefs. And so I have the ability to try to do better. But it is that it's trying. I just feel embarrassed because it's, you know, like anytime you share a goal online, like my goal is not to buy fast fashion, and then you buy fast fashion. So it's just more of the idea of like breaking my goal or going against what I've said online. So I don't know, you guys might roll your eye and be like, get over yourself, or think that I'm judging other people who shop there all the time, and I'm not. But anyway, the last guilty pleasure or shameful secret is like how much I lust after designer things when I know that it's just markup for a name. I know this. And I think when you're actually talking about clothes, sometimes it is hard to find stuff that's like cool and well-made. Like there's cool stuff that's poorly made, and most of the well-made or sustainable stuff is like really like timeless, grown up, lots of beige sacks. I don't know, but it's really hard to find like super high quality clothes that I find are also like edgy or rock and roll. And so designer stuff has caught my eye, but I guess I'm not as embarrassed about lusting after that stuff, but I'm really embarrassed about the fact that like I want a designer purse, because we know it's a markup. I know that if I wanted a high quality leather item, I could go to like Portland Leather and get like a high quality leather purse. But why do I want the Gucci bag? Because it's Gucci. And that's like, it's embarrassing to admit that, yes, I have fallen for the marketing. I totally want the hype. I want it. I want a Gucci bag. I want a Jackie. I want a Bottega Veneta, like one of those woven bags. I want them. They're cute. And if someone offered me a vintage, like 80s red Chanel flap, I would take it. Like I want that, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing because we all know that it's just a markup for the name. We all know that it's not necessarily a quality. To a certain point, there's quality. Like I think paying a few hundred, like $300 or $400 for a Coach bag, and they make really high quality leather, like that makes sense. But I think over that amount of money, you're just paying for a name. And you're paying because it's like the prestige of like someone seeing you with it, but also because it says something. You believe that it says something about who you are. Like I want to be the type of woman who owns a Jackie. Like I want to be the type of woman that owns a vintage Chanel bag. That is really what it is. It's a desire to be that type of woman. And sometimes like what I'm supposed to be like alternative, I'm supposed to not care what people think, but I totally want like a fancy designer purse. So it's embarrassing to admit that, yes, I'm one of those people, but I do. I'm not better than that. And I don't think I have to be. I think it's okay. It's okay to want something like that is aspirational, like that has a status to it. We're all human, and yeah. So those are my fashion guilty secrets. Those are things I'm embarrassed to admit. I don't even know if I'm going to post this, or maybe I'll edit it down. So maybe there's going to be some secret guilty pleasures that are actually deleted and you guys don't even ever know about because I lost my nerve and I couldn't tell you. We'll see. But now I want to hear about your guilty pleasures, your fashion secrets, and what you think about mine. Like, are they stupid? Am I stupid for being embarrassed about these things? I don't know. Or maybe you're going to tell me I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. I'm a judgy bitch. You guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.